Antony, what's wrong with you? You are throwing me out because of that maid.
Enough is enough, Victoria. You are leaving this house right now. I regret marrying you.
What? You can't be serious.
Grace's pregnancy began to show clearly by the 4th month. Her stomach rounded gently, she moved slower, she vomited less. Antony became more protective. One evening, he made a decision without informing Victoria. He traveled to Grace's village. 3 days later, he returned, not alone. An elderly woman stepped down from the bus with a small wrapper bag. Grace's mother. Victoria was in the sitting room when they arrived. She stood up slowly. "What is this?" Antony answered calmly. "She will stay here." Victoria laughed in disbelief. "In my house?" Antony looked at her. "In our house." Grace's mother greeted respectfully. "Good evening, madam." Victoria did not respond.
Wait, before we continue, smash that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss amazing African folktale stories like this. Hit the like button if this story moved you. It really helps our channel grow. Comment below. Tell us where you're watching from and which part of the story touched you the most. I want to see all your thoughts. And if you're craving more African folktales, check out the Bumped app on the Play Store. Hundreds of stories waiting for you. Okay, now let's get back to the story.
From that day, the house felt smaller. Grace's mother stayed in the spare room. She cooked local meals for her daughter, massaged her legs, spoke softly to her about childbirth. Antony provided everything: hospital visits, supplements, money. Victoria watched it all. One evening, she confronted him. "You brought her mother without telling me?" "She's carrying my child," Antony replied simply. Victoria's voice trembled. "So, I don't matter anymore?" Antony didn't answer. And that silence said more than words. Soon, neighbors began to notice. Grace's mother sitting outside in the evening, Grace walking carefully with her growing belly. Whispers started. "Isn't that their maid? Is she pregnant? Whose child?" Victoria stopped greeting neighbors. Shame followed her like a shadow. But Antony no longer hid anything. If anyone asked, he said it clearly. "She is pregnant with my child." Victoria heard it one afternoon from a neighbor who came to greet. The neighbor glanced at Grace's stomach and then at Victoria. "So sorry, my sister," the woman said awkwardly. Victoria forced a smile. Inside, she was burning. The humiliation was complete. By the 7th month, Antony had completely shifted. He no longer slept in the same room with Victoria. He moved to the guest room. Grace's mother began cooking daily. Antony ate only that food. Victoria's meals remained untouched. One night, Victoria stood at the doorway. "Antony, we need to talk." He looked up. "About what?" "This madness, when will it stop?" He spoke calmly. "It's not madness. You've replaced me." "You replaced yourself," he repeated. Victoria's chest tightened. "You are choosing a maid over your wife?" Antony stood up. "I'm choosing my child." Victoria felt something collapse inside her. "And what about me?" Antony looked at her for a long moment. "You stopped being my wife long ago." Those words were final. A week later, the argument exploded. Victoria insulted Grace again, called her names, accused her of planning everything. Grace's mother stepped in. "Please, madam, leave my daughter." Victoria pushed her aside. Antony saw it. That was the breaking point. "Enough," he shouted. Victoria froze. "I can't continue like this." Victoria's voice shook. "What are you saying?" Antony walked to the wardrobe, pulled out her suitcase, dropped it on the floor. "You need to leave." Silence. Victoria stared at him. "You are joking." "I'm not." He began throwing her clothes into the box: shoes, bags, perfumes. the same perfumes she once used to hide everything. Grace stood in the corridor shocked. Victoria's hands trembled. "You can't do this." Antony's voice was cold. "I already did." He carried the suitcase outside, placed it near the gate. "Pack the rest and go to your parents." Victoria looked at the house, her house, now no longer hers. Neighbors peeped through curtains. Shame swallowed her whole. She picked up her suitcase slowly and walked out. The gate closed behind her. Inside the house, Grace's mother held her daughter gently. Antony stood silently. The marriage was over, and this time, no perfume could cover the consequence. 9 months passed. Grace's stomach grew heavy. Antony handled everything: hospital registration, doctor visits, baby clothes, crib. Grace's mother stayed close. Victoria was no longer part of that house. One night, around 2:13 a.m., Grace's labor began. She screamed in pain. Her mother rushed to her side. Antony drove them to the hospital himself. Hours later, a loud cry filled the maternity ward. A baby boy. Strong, healthy, alive. The nurse handed the child to Antony. He stared at the baby's face. His nose, his forehead, his skin tone. His son. For the first time in years, Antony smiled fully. He paid the hospital bills immediately, called friends, called relatives. "I have a son." The news spread quickly. Back in the neighborhood, people whispered, "The maid gave birth." No, not maid anymore. The wife has been sent away. When Grace returned home with the baby, the compound was decorated modestly. Neighbors came to greet. Grace's mother carried the baby proudly. Antony stood beside them. Victoria's name was no longer mentioned in that house. Inside the living room, baby items replaced old memories. The house smelt of baby powder, soap, cleanliness. Life had moved on without her. Victoria arrived at her parents' compound quietly, dragging her suitcase. Her mother opened the door. "Victoria, what happened?" She forced a smile. "Small misunderstanding." Her mother stepped closer, then paused. Her face tightened. "Victoria, when last did you bath?" Victoria frowned. "Mom, please." Her father came out. "What is going on?" Victoria entered the house. Within minutes, her younger sister covered her nose subtly. Her mother walked toward her bedroom, but after Victoria entered and dropped her suitcase, the smell spread slowly through the small house. Her mother entered the room shortly after. She stopped mid-step. "Victoria?" Victoria turned. Her mother stepped closer, then suddenly covered her nose. "What is this?" Victoria felt insulted. "Mom, not you too." Her mother opened the window immediately. "Is this how you've been living?" Victoria looked away. Her mother spoke firmly. "Your husband sent you away because of this?" Victoria's silence confirmed it. Her father shook his head slowly. "You destroyed your own marriage." Her mother continued. "We raised you better than this." Victoria sat on the bed. For the first time, nobody was attacking her. Nobody was insulting her. Nobody was competing with her. There was no Grace, no Antony, no neighbor, just her and the smell she had ignored for years. Around 4 a.m., she quietly stood up. She walked to the bathroom, turned on the tap. Water poured into the bucket. She stared at it. Something so simple, something she treated like an enemy. Slowly, she removed her wig, then her clothes. She stepped into the bathroom. This time, nobody dragged her. Nobody forced her. She scrubbed her skin carefully, again and again and again. As water ran down her body, tears mixed with it. Not because Antony left, not because Grace had a child, but because she realized something painful. She had been proud over nothing. Perfume cannot replace cleanliness. Beauty cannot replace character. Position cannot replace discipline. Later that morning, her mother entered her room. She paused. The smell was gone. The room felt different. Her mother looked at her carefully. "You bathed." Victoria nodded quietly. Her mother sighed. "It's not too late to change yourself, but some consequences don't reverse." Victoria understood. Antony was gone. The marriage was gone. The child was born. Life had moved forward. Weeks later, she heard that Antony had introduced Grace properly to extended family. The baby was growing well. Victoria did not cry. She accepted it. Instead, she focused on rebuilding herself. She began bathing daily, cleaning her space, reducing perfume, living intentionally. But one truth remained clear. Some lessons come after loss, and some mistakes cannot be undone. Victoria became a different woman, but she would always be remembered in Emerald City as the woman who had everything and lost it because she ignored the most basic responsibility.
Wait, you can enjoy more stories from our Bumped app on Play Store. Go over to Play Store, search for Bumped, install the app instantly for free. Hundreds of stories waiting for you to watch. Or check the description of this video. The app link is there. Open it and download Bumped app instantly today. See you on Bumped.